Thanks to all our active patrons who have contributed a lifetime of $100 or more to reach Garuk Dong level status.
Here is the list of those special patrons in order of contributions.
If you would like to support our show, check out the Commander Smiths at patreon.com.
Welcome to the Commander Smiths.
We are the Commander Smiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm Lowery Smith.
Don't worry.
We're elves. Is that what we are today?
I mean, I got. They told me there'd be some side effects with my being snipped a little bit here.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
No,
because you were snipped.
I mean,
How you feeling, by the way?
I'm doing all right. My voice is back to normal. Oh, dude.
Weird. Yeah, it's like a pop balloon.
Here's the I'm gonna get the frustrations out of. I had this fucking elaborate plan. So this is gonna back way up a little bit. But so what I had going was I got a voice changer. And so you remember how you did your voice changer to the baby and we laughed our asses off when you did that?
I have that still.
Yeah,
I
you
forgot
do.
about that too.
Yeah, you have the baby voice.
this is a baby.
Okay, all right.
So mine, my mixing board does not have that option. So I had to find something to download. And so I downloaded it. It was fucking perfect. And I was laughing my ass off just testing it out. And I was like, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna go for like 5 minutes of just having my voice changed like a baby. So then fast forward, this was yesterday. And then so last night we're trying to get the game going. It did something during that download and eliminated the app that I used to do my camera. So it didn't eliminate it. It corrupted it. Somehow it got corrupted. So I couldn't play the Discord games last night.
Yeah.
So that sucked by itself. So then today I was just like, okay, I still can't get that app working. So Wrench says, do the whole episode in crazy voices. I wish if I had that thing working, I would have done it. So anyways, keep fast forwarding. I worked for probably 4 or 5 hours uninstalling, shutting off the computer, restarting everything, trying to get it, trying to find the problems, and I couldn't get it. So then now I have a different app, webcam, which the other one I paid for. This one's free. And so I got that working. I'm like, okay, now I'm going to go back to the voice changer thing and see if I can get that working. And then it wouldn't work anymore. All it did was give me an echo. It didn't get the baby thing. So I've been working at that for the last hour and a half. And then
that's disappointing.
And then the audio wouldn't work at all. Like about 30 minutes ago, before when I texted you, I was like, I need 15 more minutes. My audio was not working. There was no sound whatsoever. I was like, son of a bitch. Oh God, it was such a good idea. Cindy was excited. She's like, I'm going to sit outside the door and listen to the beginning part. And then half an hour ago, I come stomping through. I'm like, hey, I can't get anything fucking working. This sucks. I had this good plan. But anyways, that was my plan.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm doing good though.
I swear, people that aren't around us all that, like if you're just listening to the cast, we are funny all the time. It's just we tell you about it when it doesn't work all the time. We have great ideas. We just execution is iffy.
Dude, I did it ahead of time, and then it fucked up the playing stuff.
Oh, that's the whole thing. The whole podcast cannot be actually planned. It's just kind of planned.
Yeah. And I couldn't tell you beforehand. We got on 5 minutes before the cast is starting, so it's another going to be.
Yeah, that was my fault. You're like, hey, I'm behind, and then I show up 5 minutes before we start.
I was like, oh shit, we're 5 minutes out. What is going on? I have my phone. It's off. He can't talk to me right now. So then I went to Discord. I was like, you didn't message me there, and then I went to you, and you came on right then. So okay, so this is episode 266. What do we have in store for this snipped episode? No. By the way, you asked how I'm doing. I'm doing good. No problems right afterwards. Started to get swollen balls. I'm glad I'm like, hey, what are we doing this week? And then I'm like, I'm going to talk about my balls. Got swollen balls the last.
So it's not super different, but just more specific.
Yeah. So I did a workout on Friday, so it was like 4 days after, and then Saturday I was hurting a little bit, and then laser tag on Saturday, and then Sunday. Last night I got shitty sleep. Like they just felt swollen, like blue balls, basically.
All right.
So I didn't get a lot.
I
of
mean,
sleep.
you have at least 30 times for the next 2 months that you got to do, right?
Well, it's starting like today. Like,
Oh, that's right. Tomorrow. Don't do it right after the cast.
Yeah.
Wait. Like,
how about during? That's a
no, that would be definitely
We'd be
illegal.
shut down.
We'd be done.
Hand check. Oh. Okay. So what are we doing today on this podcast? I know we have Malort shots, which I had said I'd rather get a vasectomy than take a Malort.
Right. So we got 4 of those.
4 of them.
We have one from, where's my notes? One from Hockey, 2 from Josh D, and 1 from Jesus at this point. That's what we will fulfill today. So 4 awful, awful shots of Malort.
I like Matt Sampson. Sampson said, did a workout.
Did a workout. No, he's not allowed to nut for like a week. Right?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
If you're healed enough, they said you can maybe do it a little earlier, but you know. So I am drinking
yeah, no.
I'm drinking
I don't
heavily at this point. No, I'm not. But it's a Kona Classic pipeline. This is actually where we're going, and actually I was talking with AJ on the Discord. We're heading to Kona, Hawaii in July. So I'm actually going to meet up with one of our listeners, AJ.
That's awesome.
when we're
I'm
there.
jealous.
So, but this isn't
Big
actually,
Island's awesome.
Yeah, I've never been there. I've only been to Maui and might as well hit it.
Oh, good for you.
Maui and Honolulu. But this isn't from Hawaii. It's
Right.
made-
You can go to the brewery there.
You can't. Yeah. But this says it's not. It's out of Portland, Oregon, though.
Well, they have a separate brewery there as well,
okay.
but originally it's from
It's
Kona.
Okay.
And like there's so much shipping issues like in between, you'd have to put it on like a fucking ship.
And it would cost a shit ton more for them to do that. Okay, that makes more
Right.
sense.
So they
Okay.
just
Yeah. So Cindy got me this, and I like it a lot because it is also a coffee. What is it? A coffee something, rather.
stout.
Hawaiian Kona coffee porter.
Yeah.
Brewed with Hawaiian. So it's really
Yep.
good. I like it.
It's very good. They have very good beer. I highly suggest. I have, let me see. Do I have, there it is. I bought so I brought this one back. It's one of those things where you put beer in it. Let's see if I can get the glare
yeah.
going. So that'd be, nope, that didn't help.
I
All
made
right,
my
let's see if we
family
can-
disappear. Oh yeah, I can kind of start to see it.
There we go.
Oh,
Kona
yeah,
Brewing.
Kona. Yeah.
So yeah, we brought back I brought back some beer on that one, and that was pretty cool. Kept it safe. It didn't fucking explode. Still tasty.
When did you go to Hawaii? When did you go to Kona?
Jeez. Like 9 years ago, 8-9 years ago. We went there for one of my my wife had a friend that was getting married out there. That was like in the military, stationed out there for a bit.
We're getting
And then
some comments on bad vasectomies where they'd rather have Malort than vasectomies.
Sounds like yours went pretty smooth then.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. What did you already say what you're drinking? My brain is
No, I didn't. I'm drinking a Firestone Mind Haze Citrus Cyclone IPA. It's tasty. It's good.
Well, we have 4 of these to drink, and I want to get started right away. So let's get a Malort going.
Okay. Okay.
I missed out on it last week, so we got to get the juices flowing, and the golden opportunity to have a baby voice for the first 10 minutes of the episode was missed. Not out of lack of trying, because I basically sacrificed not playing Magic last night. Speaking of, you did get to play the game still. Quinn jumped in for my spot. I still got it streaming, so I'm still making an appearance by talking and hitting buttons while you guys are playing. But yeah, it seemed like a pretty damn good game. That was you played your brand new Shadowborn Apostle deck that you just finished last week. You started and finished it all in one week. I'm not impressed.
It was smooth. I mean, when you have like 25 cards that are all the same, you don't have to worry about as many cards to like tweak.
Yeah, that's a good point. You do have a limited amount because you have your lands and then, but you did go
Yeah.
low on the lands of what you.
I went down to 30 lands, and
What,
that is the first
what?
time I've ever done that.
That's
And
crazy.
it drew consistently, and I think I got lucky, but it
I
kind
will
of went
say,
off at the end at
I
like
will
the
say the
2
ripple
hour
effect
mark.
is pretty fucking crazy with that deck.
Yes. Yeah, the rippling with Thrumming Stone is bonkers. I've never had that happen before.
Yeah, I was like,
And then I
holy
have an
shit.
Aven Shrine out, and I went from like 15 life up to 80
Yeah,
pretty quick.
I put my
It
head
was-
down. I was like sorting cards, or no, I think I was working on podcast stuff, and then I looked up and I'm like, holy shit, he's at 80 life. What is going on?
Yeah, it was that got crazy. So it was fun. It was good with Jesus, Guy, and Quinn.
Yeah.
Animar, the new Mishra, and then the Zira one, the one that does egg tokens from
That was the one that I kind of wanted to build. I never got around to building it, but yeah, that seemed like an interesting one. All right, let's take this Malort. Who's this from?
This one's gonna be from hockey.
You beautiful bastard. Thank you, buddy.
You beautiful bastard. All right. I don't even want it. I have a cough drop in my mouth, and this is not. All right. Let's make sure I don't swallow that.
I couldn't sit it in my mouth longer. Ah! Ugh. Ugh. Oh, beer.
Oh, that's much worse.
This was so much better to watch you do it last week and not have to do it. Ugh.
I wonder. I don't know. Mine's a fresh bottle. Are you on a fresh bottle?
Mm-mm.
Oh, fuck you guys. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Oh, I do have
Gonna
that.
be glad to mark your name off, hockey, and I don't have to say that again for a while.
That is from you when we met up this week too. So I got a new
Yes.
fresh bottle with an ornament, a Malort ornament. That's going on the Christmas tree. I'm going the wrong way with it. There we go. So that's going to be soon. I've got just this much left of my bottle. So,
Okay. All right.
I mean, you did have 4 shots last week and I didn't.
I did.
And I think you're just drinking it because you like it. But okay. So what are
Wait,
we
you think
actually
I'm a
doing?
poser? You think you?
What are we actually doing today on this podcast?
We're gonna talk about some underused utility lands that you may or may not know about. I had my list up until about midday today, and then Adam's like, oh, I don't like my list. I'm gonna change it. I'm like, what do you mean you're changing it? What are you doing? And he's like, oh, I wanted it all under like 10,000 decks on EDH Rec. I'm like,
motherfucker. I apologize.
so I had to do. I didn't do quite as good.
Okay, so the ones I
there.
was picking, and I don't know if this is like a topic for something in the future at some point, but like you remember back in the day, but remember only like a couple of years ago when a card that had been out for a year, if it was in 5,000 EDH rec decks, that was a good card. Like that was like, okay, that's a good EDH card. Now, if it's a good EDH card, within a year, it's in 30, 40, 50,000 EDH rec decks. Like it pops off. And I don't know if it's that we have that many more players or more people know about EDH rec or there's more, it's pulling from more sources. I don't know what the reason is, but like the cards that I was like there, I don't feel like there's a lot of decks that use it. I'm like, oh, this is 30.
I think
this is
lands are a
40.
little different though too, like when it comes to comparisons. And so like 5,000 isn't a lot at this point, but like with like a card like Reliquary Tower, it can go in literally every deck, and they're pulling from 300,000 decks. Like
right. They're pulling. Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's crazy because there was so many of these. Like I'm looking at my list, the ones that I've put down, I'm like ones that we aren't going to actually talk about, but like Bonder's Enclave. I think you had picked that one years ago.
I actually you picked it for this one again.
Oh, you
as
did?
well.
But that's
Not officially. It was the
One
first draft,
the
and then
first
you're
draft.
like,
Yeah.
let's redo this. I'm like, God.
So that's funny because you also had in your first draft Minimo,
Yeah.
whatever.
School at Water's Edge.
Yeah, and I had that in mind too, but it was 34,000 EDH rec decks, and I'm like, God damn, that's a lot of EDH rec decks for an underplayed or underused card. So I was like, I gotta look through this more, and so then I kind of was going through everything and going through all the numbers, like basically. EDH rec deck or EDH rec has 100, the top 100 cards but you can keep going down. And so then I kept scrolling down. I'm like, okay, this is a good card. This is a good card.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
I just started going through my cards.
That's what I started with. And that's how I
Then
started with
looking
my
stuff
list. And then I was like, okay, this is a good card, this card. And then I looked it up on EDH and I'm like, fuck, that's way too many decks. It shouldn't be in that many decks.
And so Hockey here is saying that Guy's Cradle is underused. And I would not put that as a utility land.
I mean,
to me, a utility land would be something that goes beyond creating mana.
Yes.
If that, and so like Guy's Cradle is just making mana. I would cut that out. Now, I think the only debatable cards, like when you're coming to that, I would say, me personally, I would say fetches are utility because they're not creating land, they are fixing type thing.
Right. But I think they're their own little category. I don't even think they're their category. They're just, you need them.
And so if we ever do a tournament for utility lands, I will accept that it is the winner, but not in there.
Well, the thing is if we did that and we kept in dual lands, although those are doing according to your guidelines, and it's just your land. Yeah, I guess so. Whatever.
Just creating land. So it has to do something beyond mana.
Right.
Or mana.
Make sure everything on my list is beyond.
Is that what?
Yep, we're good.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, just making sure. Like, did I? We didn't have this discussion. You might have killed
when I
cards.
talked about that? Yeah. We can only half-ass plan. If we fully plan, it's not going to work out. So I'm pretty happy about this episode this week.
Yeah, this should be
because we only half-ass planned it. So it works.
And then we have the second part of this one that'll be on Friday. Like Lowery mentioned, if you are listening right now on Wednesday for the audio, if you're watching, we'll also be live again on Friday, but it will not go live audio-wise until the following Wednesday. I don't know. We may even remove it from YouTube, like hide it after the live cast. So you might want to tune in Friday when it's live because it might not be there all weekend because we want to give this episode time to breathe. So, Okay, so we got that. We have the finals of the 3-drop Mono Rock tournament. So we have the actual the winner of that. A Stump the Smith Savant week 3. So if you do not get stumped this week, we move on past the Triumph foil proxy to another card.
That's sexy.
And this week's stumper is Jonah James. And then we will also have another one on Friday. So if you haven't turned in anything, you want to get a stumper in there, remember it has to be in 10,000 EDH rec decks. And then what also comes back for its appearance in the first time in like a month and change?
What?
Staple Versus.
Oh, Staple Versus tonight. That's right. That's right. I'm going to be defending Lotus Petal. Nope. Gilded Lotus. And then Adam is doing Skyclave Relic. And I think this should be an interesting one. That's exactly how I type too. I do a card on Discord, it pops, I'm like, nope, and then go find it.
Man,
that was wrong.
We've already talked for 19 minutes. I'm still innerly, I'm disappointed that the voice changer didn't work. And I didn't want to tell you about it because I was going to laugh my ass off because I was laughing my ass off doing it, like crying, laughing because you laugh and then do the laugh right now. If you laugh with your baby voice, it chuckles in a baby voice. And when you swear in a baby voice, it's pretty damn fantastic because it's just like, I was just doing.
All right, make me laugh.
I don't know how I'm going to make you laugh.
I know. All right, going back.
Just do a little fake chuckle. It sounds evil actually with a. That just sounds like you were coughing.
Okay, now I gotta laugh. All right.
Good shit.
Oh man, that was a fun time when we were messing with that for a couple of weeks.
That was like a month of us just pressing buttons.
All right, we are 20 minutes in. Let's get this episode started. Let's get it started because we're 20 minutes in. All right. You guys can support this podcast by becoming a patron. $1 or more gets you into the Discord, gets you playing games like we played last night. I didn't play last night, but Lowery played, and I commentated kind of, not really. In the beginning, funny thing about that, remember I was like, I'll just keep myself on camera. And so I was on for 5 minutes, and then I realized they're just watching me sort cards, and if somebody jumps into this, and they're like, what the fuck, that guy's not even like playing? Why is there a guy on this stream and he's not even involved in the game? So I was like, I'm gonna get out of here. So then I bailed out. So
You could have stayed.
Yeah.
That could have made us different, stand out.
Yeah, it's just a random guy that's doing other things while everybody else is playing Commander,
Yeah, that's exactly
that's
right.
our thing. It's a brilliant idea. I should write it down.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
All right, so that is a financial way to support the show. $1 more, like I said, gets you in there. $5 or more, get you proxies each month if you so choose. The higher you move on that tier, you could get foil proxies like the Triome I just showed you. This is a foil proxy, and see, it's a proxy. It still has the magic card backing, but we have the foil sheets with these. So the higher you move
that
on
famous
those,
CS logo up in the corner too.
famous CS logo. So that gets you proxies each month if you so choose. The other way you can financially support the show is to support us on the stream here. Those Malort shots that we are taking, those are from previous weeks of everybody buying, because we will only take up to 3 and 4 Malort shots. Normally 3, but because there were so
4
many,
if it's planned.
Yes.
We've mentally prepped ourselves
Right.
that we can do 4.
There was no pre-drinking to the cast, so this worked out good. So that is another way to financially support the show. You're making us do things and all that, but it's also helping us out as well. The free way to support the show is jump on YouTube and subscribe. Fuckers, we're 20 subs away. I didn't mean to swear at you guys, but we are 20 subs away from hitting 1,000. And then we do the giveaway, the 1K giveaway, which basically there's $1,000 or more actually at this point of stuff. And there's only one prize. Well, technically 2, because once we hit 1,000, then we'll have that prize available. But you guys still need to enter. So if you haven't entered, you're listening, you're watching, whatever, you need to enter, jump on that video and just comment which prizes you want to win. And that gets you entered. It's easy. It's free. But we're 20 subs away. So if you're also listening right now, you need to subscribe if you haven't subscribed to YouTube yet. Us on there, not YouTube, us on there. Get it? Got it? Good.
What?
Okay. So also on YouTube, but we have multiple shows or things that go on. Last week we had Discord Commander, like I mentioned, that was last night. It had Proxy Time. It showed off the Triomes. We had Curated MTG 2 times last week. Do you remember what your Curated was from Saturday? Nope. Do you know what your Curated is for tomorrow?
Nope.
It's a card. Okay, so
It's a card.
The biggest thing with the Curated is just to watch those and give them a like. You can either watch any of the shorts are either going to be on YouTube or also on TikTok, so you can follow us on TikTok as well. This week, we also had Spotlight. You had Spotlight of the deck that you played last night. Nethroi, is that how you say it?
Staggering Insight is what I did last week.
There we go.
It's an aura that
There we go.
gives it +1/+1, and if you deal damage, combat damage, you draw a card, and I think it gets lifelink or something in there too.
Sweet. Well,
It's a cool aura.
your
Check it out.
Your Spotlight deck, that was
Yeah.
Nethroi, is that how you say that one?
Yeah, so Nethroi mutate with the
Shadowborn.
Shadowborn Apostle, and it ended up being it's a quick build. I think I got it in under 2 hours. A lot of tweaking has happened since, but the Moxfield deck is basically up to date, and it was fucking smooth.
So yeah, you can check that video out, or also him playing it last night. Both spots should have, although I don't think I have your deck on that yet. Your new deck list is on the game from last night, but I haven't gotten the updated version of that. Today was just fucking dealing with camera issues. And this week we really don't have anything going on besides the normal Curated happening, because we also have the live cast on Friday. So this week we're kind of a little bit of a break and then another live cast. I don't know what you're doing next week, but Lowery,
I will do something Wednesday night, probably a Merfolk version of Takasia.
okay. Oh, sweet.
So-
yeah, you talked about that one a bit.
It'll be
Okay.
a huge update to Takasia, and hopefully that it kind of like, tribal, evasive, get those things big, but still mill things. So that's what
Next
I'm going
Wednesday,
for. And
right?
it should be next Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So, yeah, next Wednesday.
Cool. So that's the big thing. When you subscribe, you get to see all those different videos. I'm not going to name off everything, but we have, battle boxes. We have all that stuff. There's a lot of videos, but I'm going to try to shorten that down to what we did last week, what we're doing this week. Those are the videos, but there's continuous videos each week. So subscribe there. Help us get to 1,000 because we're so fucking close. I'm hoping by the time I'm back from vacation that we have hit that goal, and then we can start doing the big giveaway for all the prizes that we got going. So
I think we can do that.
Another way
you all could do that.
The other way you guys can follow us and all that is go on Twitter. You can do it. That's all I really got to say about that.
You can do it.
We post everything there that we do for YouTube and all that stuff for the most part. Sometimes we talk in there, but it's Twitter. But you can send us a direct message there, or you can shoot us a direct message at our email at commandersmiths@gmail.com. And that is where you can send the suggestions for this. It's time for everyone's favorite game show, Stump the Smith Savant. Look at the lighting change.
I'm gonna change it in between each segment. Is that what I'm doing? Nah, the blue fucks with me. I think the purple will too. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like this.
Hey, your purple looks like that we're in the rooms together because my background's purple as well.
Like way back there though.
Purple. I got green there. And then I got stars right here, and then the Commander Smith's neon sign right there.
You do? Are we doing another shot?
Yeah, you got to get your brain juice going here.
I do. I got
Who's this one from?
This one's going to be from Josh D. Our ever present
other Malort taker.
Yeah, I really shouldn't do this over the computer. I don't like when I'm cheersing the camera. I don't like that. All right. Thanks a ton.
Fuck.
God
damn it. I don't want to do 2 more of those.
Oh.
I don't want to do 2 more of those.
Seeing if this is like a special extra bitter version. What the fuck? It's normal. It's so bad. What the fuck?
This was so much more enjoyable to watch you do it last week. I do not like it. But I understood why people do enjoy buying us this shit. Because it is kind of funny to see the squeamishness of... I don't do this with normal shots. I can take shots. This is just garbage.
I can't. But
all right. Okay, so if you guys don't know how this game works, I'm going to read the flavor text of a card. Lowery is going to try to guess the card by asking yes or no questions. Every yes will hear this.
Hello, boobies.
Every no will hear this.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
He will get up to 5 wrong guesses before he is considered stumped. The card needs to be in at least 10,000 EDH rec decks. If Lowery can get everything about the card but can't get what the card name is, he will get the initials of the card. If he still has a clue left, he will get a bonus clue that should help give it away. Give it away now. What else do we got going on? Oh, if you don't stump Lowery, you can sign the card and send it to us if you want. Yeah. 2 of them, it'd be nice because then it makes the walls right over there. See where the boobies are there and the dragon up on the wall.
I use them in decks too.
Oh, you do? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I got Doji's Yavamaya in my hashtag Team Force walk deck.
I don't even want to know. I don't even want to hear it. So you can send us that if you don't don't stump him. We did change it when I said 10,000 EDH rec decks. Now after week 3, we'll add a card. So this is week 3. If Lowery does not get stumped, we'll add another card to the ante.
All right.
Like I mentioned before, it is Jonah James that is our stumper this week. I've eliminated the chat, so they can play along, and Lowery doesn't see that as help. I think that is it. Yes, it is it. All right, here we go. Gerard fancies himself king of the Undercity, but he's merely king of rot.
I know this.
Gerard fancies himself king of the Undercity, but he's merely king of rot.
All right, 3 colorless, black, green for the CMC.
Wrong.
Okay.
Got all cocky.
All right. I did get cocky.
Strutting your stuff. Oh, I know this.
Okay, so it's green and or black. Hold on. Can you reread it, please?
Gerard fancies himself king of the Undercity, but he's merely king of rot.
All right. So Gerard is green black, but this might be like a competition. Number one, this is from a Ravnica set.
Is that what you're asking?
One of the 9.
Hello,
Ravnicas.
boobies.
Yeah. All right. For those playing along at home. And so this might be somebody that's kind of competing. Who? Okay, so is black blue?
Lightning
It's
Bolt
probably-
and Jackal are not right answers, people.
I don't think it's red. I don't think it's red at all. I think you're way off, guys. Let's see here. So I think it's black, potentially blue, and it could be white, but like Orzhov or
Didn't you say green
Demir?
earlier too?
No. I was saying Gerard was
I
green
know,
black.
I know.
So I think this is somebody commenting on that. So is this okay? This is black color identity of some type. Not only, but it's in there.
Hello, boobies.
All right. So I think this potentially might be Lazov. But I'll take a clue, please.
The art features a dark queen with bloody hands flying through the city of the dead, aka a cemetery.
Shit.
The art features a dark queen with bloody hands flying through the city of the dead, aka a cemetery.
All right. So this is not black red, but blue, white, and green are still possible. Because like they had, it could be like an insect queen, which is a thing that green black has, but it could be a vampire, which is also black white, which I think cancels out black blue, but there's vampires in black blue as well. Shit. Is this a creature?
Hello, boobies.
Okay. I'll take a second clue.
The text features an evasion described in the art and a buff to all your creatures for damage done to players.
Oh.
The text features an evasion described in the art and a buff to all your creatures for damage done to players.
It's a vampire.
Hello, boobies.
3 colorless, 3 black.
Hello, boobies.
He's on track. He's on track.
Creatures that deal damage get a +1/+1 counter placed upon them when they deal combat damage to a player. You're giving okay. Just wait
Hello,
on that.
boobies.
Just- Return to Ravnica.
Hello, boobies.
Also in a commander set, I believe. But that is
Hello,
that I
boobies.
don't want. I don't okay. I don't want that.
You don't want more boobies?
I do, but I didn't want like confirmation or not. Like I didn't want it to hurt against me. Just let me believe what I want.
No one has
What
it
else-
on
what
the-
else do I
on the
need?
chat. You
What else
don't
do I
have the first part that I said. The text features an evasion
Oh,
described.
it's flying. Okay, it's flying.
Hello, boobies.
I almost just assumed that it was there. Okay.
And then also you don't have the power and toughness.
Oh, yep. Okay. It's either a 4-4 or 5-5. How many wrong do I have? 1 or 2?
One.
1. Let's go with a 5-5.
Wrong, 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 wrong.
It might be a 6-6 too. They like their symmetry. Go with a 6-6.
Wrong, wrong, wrong,
4-4?
wrong. Wrong, wrong,
Holy
wrong,
shit.
wrong.
Yeah,
All right, that's 4.
You have one left.
Wow,
That escalated quickly.
that did.
I have one wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong.
Oh my goodness.
Let me go through the clues again really quick. The art features a dark queen with bloody hands flying through the city of the dead, aka a cemetery. Text features an evasion described in the art. Well, you already got all this kind of stuff. And a buff to all your creatures for damage done. You don't have your last clue, but I don't know if that's going to help because you already know
It doesn't.
pretty
Yeah.
much what it is. So you're just kind of looking for getting that power and toughness figured out or guessing the card.
I'm not even close to what the card name is. I need the initials. Oh my goodness. I'm surprised I don't know the. So I said 4-4, 5-5, 6-6, and it is not those. It's 6 mana. And it's a mythic, and it's what is going on here. So that's gonna suck if the power toughness is uneven. But it should be somewhere in there. And I don't have a real question at this point.
Renshai said, "Is it a vampire?" Yes, Lowery. That is one thing that Lowery did.
I did say it's a vampire, yeah.
So he knew it was a vampire. They're still
Undercity
playing along
Informant
too.
is
No one's getting
a.
this. This is a tough
I
one.
can find it. I can find it real quick. Wow. I unfortunately not getting that power toughness is, I think, going to screw me.
Yeah, you were at 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I was so sure on all of mine. The first one I was sure on
Yeah.
what it was and not right. That means it's uneven. And I want it. Okay. So not necessarily, but I said 4-4, 5-5, 6-6. So
Oop.
it could be a 6-5 and it could be a 5-4. That
Renshai,
seems.
Renshai just got the power toughness.
There you go. Good job.
He didn't get the card
Good
yet. Or maybe he does
job.
know it and he's... There you go. He got it. All right. He got the card.
All right. I'm blanking on power toughness. I feel like it's either.
I'll give you one hint. It's one of those that you named. So, swing and miss. Swing and
It
miss.
does not make.
Gotta go for it.
That's a good way
that's all you're gonna.
to move it forward.
Yeah, you gotta pick-
I'm gonna say, is it a 6-5?
Hello,
Oh,
boobies.
he guessed right. All right. So there's a couple things that go on here. One, you have a clue left, so I will give you the initials. If you can't get it there and you want more, I can give you a big bonus clue. But the initials are NR.
Necropolis Regent.
Hey!
Hello, movie.
There you go. Oh, there it is.
Golly.
Right there.
That power toughness killed me.
Yeah, it did. Holy shit. Is it a 5-5? 6-6? Is it a? Did you go
4-4?
4-4? Yeah, you went. I was like, wrong. I couldn't even get it fast enough because it was still saying wrong from the first time.
Oh
So,
my gosh, that's a heart attack, Jonah.
The bonus is the Dark Queen is a regent. So in the first clue, the
I
art
wouldn't
features a Dark Queen with bloody hands. So that's a regent. And then also the City of the Dead
Necropolis.
is a necropolis.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Funny that I know that part, but regent as like queen part, like I wouldn't have gotten that.
So
Word association, you're good at that. I am not.
I normally try, and I'm not gonna say this every time, but I
know
I
you
don't do it every time, but I try. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna sneak it into the art most of the time because that's really the only place that I can.
You've said this for like a year and a
I
half,
know
and
it
I
is.
still never hear it.
I know, and I
Never
like
hear
even
it.
almost put emphasis when I read it. Like when when you got there, I'm like, I think after you got the 3 wrong. Yes, I went back through the clues and I was like, the art features a Dark Queen. No, I didn't stop that much. But
Like I know it's a dark queen. What's your point?
All right. So thank you, Jonah James, for entering. You can send us that card if you so choose. Sign it and we'll make the wall of shame. If you do it.
Wall of pride.
Yeah,
That's a good one. How many is this in?
It is in, was first printed in Return to Ravnica. 20,000 EDH rec decks. And 82% of all Strafan? Mauer of, I don't know. It's a Dungeons and Dragons dude.
Okay.
Progenitor. He is a black-red vampire commander. This wasn't even in Edgar. So, hey, thanks for stopping in, Matt.
See you, Matty B.
Okay, so that was good job, Lowery. I'm impressed you got there with.
Woo. Me too.
I think my favorite part is like
how
how many do I have wrong? 1. Okay, I got this.
Let me run through this real
shit! I
quick.
think you get one more wrong.
In under 10 seconds. Let's get rid of those.
Chain of guesses went downhill very quickly. I guess we're in a just the tips, or I don't know. We do a lot of these. I guess
it's a Fav 5, kinda.
Fav 5. Do we have a Fav 5?
I don't know. That might still be. Here you go, AJ.
Commander gods.
I'm sorry. I buttoned over your mouth. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
I only hit. That's the only time I hit the button.
That's
Let me hit the button.
what she said. I guess I don't know. Oh, by the way,
No,
next week we will add another, or Friday we'll have an ante card. So if you guys are watching or listening and whatever, enter because your name probably isn't going to get. Oh, speaking of, hey, I remembered this time, Lowery.
Hey,
Going back over it. Let's do the drawing for Friday. Who is Friday? It's Friday. Oh, Wrench, I guess what we're going to play on Friday for you, buddy. It's Friday. Do I even have the button ready?
only if technology works. We'll see.
Come on. Do I have Friday?
Can we put in a baby voice? Or no?
I'm so
Do it in a male voice. Jesus Christ.
You sound like you're
I
gonna
forget what these
you're
are
gonna
like.
eat my soul, Lowery. That is so evil.
It sounds so funny.
I can't even draw.
We'll be done with that. Oh, my glasses are fogging. Oh, my eyes. Oh my god, that sounds so creepy. Oh, that's it. It just says male voice. It doesn't say demonic voice. Like, shit.
All right, here we go.
Ugh.
I'm drawing a name. My armpits are sweaty now, and my eyes are watering
Right.
a lot.
Right.
All right, so we have Brandor is our stumper for this week
All right.
for Friday. So Brandor, you have the opportunity to win not only a proxy but whatever we add to the ante. So, all right, so let's move on to our main topic here. We are going to be talking about Each of us don't know what the other ones are except for one card each because we had to make a thumbnail.
It's on the picture.
Yep, it's on the picture of this podcast. So
Mine is in no order except for my number one is going to be like, you guys got to start playing this more.
I didn't do an order
Everything
at
else.
all, but yeah, mine's
yeah.
gonna be all over the place. So, five underrated utility lands that you guys should be playing or maybe taking a look at more. That's basically what we're gonna be talking about here.
Yeah.
It's stuff, some lands that you might not even know about, or maybe you do know about, but maybe you should be playing them a little bit more in replacement of other cards, or some of mine are kind of similar to other cards, but cheaper versions or whatever. Or adding consistency. We've talked about that many times with how we build decks. So, Lowery, why don't you get us kicked off with your first underrated card? Utility land, sorry.
I'm going to go with the one that's on the picture then, since keep it all secretive. This is one from Keldheim. It comes in a plate tapped. It's called Axguard Armory.
Whoops.
So it comes in a plate tapped. It can add a white.
Is Axguard the first, like
AXGARD?
Hey, stop it. GARD. No, it was it just no, that isn't GA.
This is one that I kind of learned about doing this, and I think I'm going to try and use it a bit more. But it's one. Its activated ability is a one, a red, a red, and a white.
Stop it.
No,
Axguard. It's not coming up.
I can read,
but I need to have it so people. What is
AXG?
Yeah.
AR.
Oh, there's no E. So there's no E.
U. Yeah.
There we go. Okay, thank you. All right, now go ahead. Continue.
All right, so one, a red, a red, and a white. Tap it, sack it, then search your library for an aura card and or an equipment card. Reveal it, put it in your hand. So this can go and get you an aura and an equipment, which is 2 cards. That's pretty solid for 4 mana sacking a land. In my opinion.
Sounds like a pretty good card to go search when you get to go search for stuff like that, like, you know, sagas and stuff that do that. Urza's saga.
Like my thought is I'm assuming that most people are putting this into their equipment / aura decks. And if you just run a handful of auras, generally, like if you just think about it in general sense, this card is worth putting in because it's getting you 2 cards and you're tutoring for it. And it's pretty fair, but also like it's still a land.
Right.
And so having this attached to a land is pretty good. Now, this is the only one that's not true, but it's an 18,798 EDH rec decks. But I kind of just like learned about it and I'm going, oh, maybe I should consider that a little bit more. Because that is solid. Like almost everybody has equipment in there, you know, greaves, boots, skull clamp, spear. Like there's a ton of just really good equipment that like this could almost be better than Urza's Saga, in my opinion.
No, that's what I was just getting at, you little bastard, beforehand. Better than Urza's Saga. Those go into play, you son of a bee. And this, you have to tap 4 plus this. That's 5 land. I'm not saying it's bad, but you're comparing it to Urza's Saga, you need to stop. You need to know your role.
Which is a bad card. It's a bad. I'm sorry.
It's funny.
All right, what do you got? What do you got?
My first underrated card is Urza's Saga. No, I'm just kidding.
You're stealing my bet. I'm not writing it down. I'm not even going to put in the notes. You just have 4 cards if that's the case.
I'm just going to work down and okay. So this one I have kind of like a 2-parter to this. We've talked about this card before. But this isn't my full card, but it's Undiscovered Paradise is what you guys should check out right now because it is that reserve list? Yes, right?
Yes, it is.
Yep. So currently right now it's cheap. Like it's not that expensive because, you know, the reserve list kind of goes in, you know, peaks and valleys. Right now we're at a low point. The reserve list hasn't been hit yet or for a while, at least for about 2 years at this point. This is a great card for landfall type stuff. But this isn't the main one that I'm going to talk about. It's Ghost Town, actually. So I'm also talking about but it's a similar type of thing. So what Undiscovered Paradise does is you add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. And at the beginning of your next untapped step, you return it to your hand. Ghost Town, come on, Ghost Town, pop up, it gives you a colorless. So you tap it for a colorless. And then it gives you the choice. So that's kind of the nice thing about this is you can basically it's tap 0, return Ghost Town to owner's hand. Use this ability only during another player's turn because they don't want you to break it, basically. It's not so you can keep playing. But it does a similar thing as Undiscovered Paradise, which that card is only in 1,300 decks. 1,300.
1,300?
Yeah, 1,300 decks. This card is in 8,000 decks. It is a colorless mono, but if you're playing landfall type decks, you're probably what? Green, white, maybe. Green at least.
Yeah, green for sure.
Yeah,
and
so
then
you're probably fine with it being colorless, but this gives you at every turn, bring it back to your hand on somebody else's turn, or even if somebody's going, I'm destroying all non-basic lands, you pop it back to your hand. They're not going to do that on your turn. Probably going to do it on their turn because they're normally sorcery type things. But this is a good card. It's cheap. It's only $3. I didn't own a copy.
$3.
And I picked it up today. I was like, oh, I'm going to get this card because this is a really good card to have in a landfall deck.
You're 100% right. This card is great. I have this in my 4-color Omnath deck because you get to, like, if you have burgeoning out.
For you.
I don't know if that applies.
I just said,
but it works with burgeoning. So you just like have it come into play. It can get you a mana and then you can just bring it back and then hope somebody else plays it again. Or, this can come down multiple times on a turn too. So you could like lay it down, tap it for mana, return it back to your hand, have a, there are like creatures that can tap to put lands into play.
You can't do it on your turn. It has to be on another player's turn.
Right.
Okay.
But you have creatures that can tap like, shit. I just was talking about one tonight, but a creature taps, puts a land into play.
Okay.
That's what it's doing.
Yeah.
So you can have a double landfall on like your turn or an opponent's turn. Because with landfall, you're almost always having triggers being able to put lands into play.
Yeah.
And so it's a really, really good card. I highly suggest getting it too.
Yeah.
Fully.
So 8,000 EDH rec decks. Jump on that bad boy because I did today. All right. What is your next card, Lau?
I'm going to do.
And Curtis jumped on that board. He said, "Ghost Town is sick." I agree.
Yeah. It's real good. So what I'm gonna want to talk about, it was a recent curated, but it's gonna be New Benalia. It comes into play tapped. It can tap for a white, and then it's just a scry land that doesn't have the 2 mana. New Ben.
Oh, Ben, Ben, not Ben.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. The scry guy. Yep.
And so
we like our scry lands.
I know. But like, I was like, oh, maybe the scry lands aren't on there because this is
scry lands
8,000 decks.
I was doing the same thing.
Scry lands are in like 89,000.
I did the same
and
thing.
I guarantee you there is not only 8,000 mono white decks, and this should probably be in every mono white deck because you need your help with your drawing, and scrying a card is not bad.
It's a half a
in
draw
a mono white deck
for sure.
Right. Anyway, at least a third, but it does work, especially in mono white. But I think you can get away with like a white red deck. And so it should be in a lot more than 8,000 decks. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's not amazing, but I like my temples. You like your temples
for sure. Any 2-color, 3-color deck has my temples in it. So yeah, if you're playing mono white or if you're playing white and red, this is. They didn't have a cycle, or did they have a cycle of these?
No, this was Future Sight. So this was the precursor to the temples.
You're right. Yep. That's the first one there.
So it's I like it. It's been a while since I've used it because I have not done a lot of mono 1 and 2 color decks recently. I have a lot of 3-color decks going on right now.
Can I hit the button?
Oh, good for you.
I mean, it kind of fits.
Also appropriate here.
Story, bro.
What do you got next?
So mine are kind of doing, at least these beginning ones are, hey, this is a card that gets used a lot. Here's a card that's similar to it. So I'm going to start with talking about Maze of Ith because it is a good card that people should be playing. But Maze of Ith is in 59,000 EDH rec decks. So this gets played a lot. It's not really a land that you're using for mana. It's all for untapping, attacking creature, prevent that damage, blah, 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 blah. But A card that is very similar to this, that is actually it's only in 11,000. So this is my highest ranking one, but it's Core Haven. So it also taps for mana, which is kind of the downfall of Maze of Ith, is that should not be considered one of your lands in your, whenever you're building a deck, because it's more for tapping to make it so that somebody's not hurting or doing damage to you and all that stuff, or somebody else. This at least taps for a land. The downfall of this one is you need to be in a white deck because it has white and a colorless. Tap it.
That is a big downfall.
That is a downfall. But prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by attacking creature this turn. So that is an uptick on it as well, because Maze of Ith prevents the damage that is dealt from and to that creature that you untapped. This is only preventing the combat damage done from that creature. So you can still block that creature and kill it, but it does no damage to you. So you can.
That's neat.
Yeah. So this one's in 11,000. This is my highest EDH rec deck card. I also had kind of a side thing, but you've talked about this one too. We both have, but Halls of Mist. But if I keep talking about those, they're all reserve list cards. But that is also another card that is with preventing attack. But I thought this was a really good card. I actually don't own this one. I did not buy it yet because it is quite expensive. It is a $14 card. So I wouldn't buy it unless you're planning on have a spot for it. I just don't have a spot for it at this moment. But I think it's a good replacement or similar effect as Maze of Ith, while also being able to use its effect. So
I also have a curated on this that came out in the last 6 months.
Oh, good for you.
Come on.
Well, I don't remember it because I really don't remember he made this one. How many all these are going to be curated MTG things? Like this is crazy.
Maybe? No, I don't think so. I just had my one. You had your one.
No, I'm just saying, like, you do so many good cards, Lowery, that all these.
Well, no. It's basically underused cards. That's what the bit of curated.
Yeah.
So most people don't watch them. So we're telling them here.
Damn, we missed the name opportunity. This should have been curated MTG underrated utility lands live edition. I don't know.
The compilation.
Yeah.
Compilation.
All right. That is my second card. What is your third card, Lau?
It's going to be Seagate Wreckage, starting with a W there.
With a W.
Seagate. Yeah. Okay. So it asks for a colorless, and then you can pay colorless, tap it, draw a card only if you have no cards in hand. Now, there are better versions of this out here. This is an 8,000 decks, but I'm suggesting this more of like, excuse me, if you find yourself running out of cards frequently, this can do a lot of work for you, I think. And I think especially in one,
it's giving you a colorless mana.
Yep. 1 and 2 color decks. I think this is where that goes. And so like, if this is something that you're gauging and you're like, I need more draw on a deck, I think this is something that you can totally get. It's 50 cents. You can find them anywhere, everywhere. And I think it's worth trying out.
This was a card that I spec'd on in that set. It did not check out very well.
How'd that do? No, not so good. Yeah, I mean, like, I get
the same
why
set
people
as Oath of the
don't-
Gatewatch. Didn't do well. That set did not do well for me.
Yeah.
Early spec'ing. No, but I like it.
But I think it's interesting. I think it's, if you're having the problem of running out of cards, I think there's a card you can run.
Yep. I think it's tough for our decks, to be honest, like not bragging, but we have to put a lot of draw in because we don't use tutors.
Right.
And so a lot of times I don't even remember the last time where I was top decking. Like I can't think of a game where I'm like, unless somebody forced us to discard our hands, that I was top decking. I guess I did that.
Yeah.
With my braids deck where
That was you.
Yeah, that was
But you didn't need it. I needed it.
But so I can't think of a game where I wasn't forcing, like it wasn't done, like just by playing cards that I didn't have cards in hand. So, but if you are having that trouble, I think that's a good point to have something like this in that deck. I like it. 8,000. 8,000.
Yeah, 8,000. 8,500.
Nice.
We'll go with that rounding.
Okay, so a card, and you've talked about this one too. I'm doing it again, but this
Curated.
No. We've
right.
hit these ones a couple times, but Alchemist Refuge is a card that is in 39,000 EDH Rec decks. It's a good card because, well, let me just pull it up really quick. This is not the card I'm talking about, but I'm doing a similar thing. This is a card that's like the other one.
When it's a bit that we're going to talk about 10 cards, now it's 15.
But I just wanted to bring up Alchemist Refuge because what it does, it's not going to come up because I'm spelling things wrong. Alchemist, M-I, that's where I'm missing it. Alchemist Refuge right here. So it is, you tap a blue and a green. You may cast non-land cards this turn as though they had flash. The card I'm actually talking about is Winding Canyon. So the reason why we've talked about this multiple times with the reserved list. With like underrated. I think we've talked about it before in like your top, like I think this wasn't in your 5 that should be in every deck, but this has been talked about on this cast.
I think it was.
Was it actually on there?
Yeah.
This has been talked about multiple times. Currently, it's down to $20. So it's in that same thing. Reserve list, it goes on spikes. This has been as high as like $50-$60. Like I've sold these. I picked up a whole bunch of them for like $10-$15, sold them at the peak, and then it comes down, and that's just what reserve list does. What this does is it taps for a colorless, or you can tap 2 until the end of your turn. You may play creature cards whenever you could play instants. It's 2 colorless for that. It's only in 6,000 EDH Rec decks. That's crazy to me. Like
that is.
I know it's reserve list, but 6,000? Like that doesn't seem like it should be in a lot more. And not that we are making people get more stuff. Like us talking about it should go way up. No, that's not. We don't have that big of an audience. But it's mind-boggling. Like this in Lifeline, that's another card that I'm like, how is that card not like a $50, $60 card all the time? But this is a card right now. It's on a bottom. I would pick it up if you don't have it for your toolbox.
Agreed.
If you play creatures, which you probably do, this is a really good card to have.
I think
in any deck.
For me, like really recently, the last like 6 months, I have been really, really creature heavy. And I should be playing this more. I have I've put it in a deck or two, but like I think if you're into a lot of creatures, this does work. If you're really balanced with your like spells, enchantments, artifacts, and creatures, then this is only like okay. But like if you're a draw go type player and you want to be able to play your creatures at end of turn if nobody does anything, like you don't want to counterspell or don't want to
it's also
remove something, then you like creature.
Yeah, it's also the threat of that sitting there and you have enough mana sitting there. It's like, well, I can attack them, but they could drop a creature and have a blocker that kill my shit. You know, like that's also a threat that's sitting there. But like you said, right before they say go, no one does anything or comes at you. You just drop all your stuff. You avoid board wipes, on other people's turns and all that. So
can surprise block.
Yeah. So this has some legs, and I'm surprised it's only in 6,000.
Yep.
Not saying that us talking about it should go up, but it should.
It won't. It won't.
It's gonna go up 5 decks now. We're at the halfway point. Do we hit the Malort before we get into the last stuff?
Yes, we do.
Because we have 2 more to take. I need to get another beer.
This one is also going to be from Josh. Yahoo.
Did you already pour yours up?
No.
All right, so I'll get my beer going.
I like what you're choosing so far.
Well, thank you, buddy. I like what you're choosing too. Wait, I gotta play the wiener. Oh, but we'll lose all the chat there. Whatever.
You don't have to. No.
Wiener. Hey, Smith. All right. I just hit it.
Now we lost chat.
Yeah,
all right. I'm ready.
I'll be back.
They'll be back.
They'll be back.
They left. They left.
All right. I got it up and ready. Yeah.
I'm
two
happy
more.
for you. I'm still working on it.
Even though I got snipped.
Cheers, Josh.
I always clench the fists.
I always clench my butt.
That's
God,
probably
that
a
is
good thing.
awful.
I don't like this. Life choices. Let's go back to not live.
Oh, it's awful. And so why is it's like real bad this week?
Maybe because you're sick and you have your cough drop with it.
I haven't had it since that first one. Maybe a second one.
Maybe it
But I
kills
didn't have
your,
it in my mouth that time.
maybe it kills your cold.
I mean, I'll
Cold
take
killer.
that if that's the case. I mean, that'd be fucking the best cough syrup you'll ever have.
Yeah. Malort.
Oh my
All
God.
right, let's get to your fourth card, Lowery. Ugh.
That's
Right.
my name. It's gonna be Deserted Temple. Deserted. Sorry, I know you know how to spell Deserted Temple. All right. So this taps for a colorless, and then you can pay one, tap it, untap target land.
Okay, it's cradle.
Right. This is in 10,500 decks. And this is just really cool. It doesn't even have to be cradle. Like if you're doing like the Ravnica bounce lands, you're not really getting any advantage there other than color fixing. But there is like Nykthos Shrine to Nyx.
Yep.
Stupid name. Cabal Coffers. There are potentially just like color fixing stuff that you could be doing.
Well, think of that's a lot of mana. But I was gonna be like Rogue's Passage. Get 2 unblockable creatures.
That is kind of true. Like 2 Maze of Iths, 2 somethings.
This isn't reserve list though, right?
No, it's not.
It's fucking $30 because it's only been
$30.
printed once.
It might be okay to wait because I mean
They have been
until
hitting some of these older cards, but yeah, no, I like this
Right.
card. The untapping the target land.
it is.
pretty
It's
sweet.
really. It's
I like.
pretty cool.
I don't have
Uh-huh.
this card, so
Oh,
I
I'd
might.
wait.
Yeah,
I'd wait.
Wait.
I can trade you one for like 40.
no, I'm good. Trade me for 40. Well, how about I do card sphere credit? So I'm only going to give you 80%. So let's get it done. No, it'd be more than that.
All right, 25.
Yeah.
Steal.
Secret layer. Hey, secret layer. Let's get
Oh,
this
that's a
on
good point.
board. This
Oh
will be a
shit! Did I
good-
just fucking go all the way through? I think it. All right. Don't worry about me.
Yeah, Rogue's Passage twice in
What?
one turn. Hey, finally, we got somebody commenting after I deleted the comment. I like this card a lot. If it wasn't so expensive, it would be in my cart after the cast, and I would be
Right.
having it on
I
my way.
wonder how many of these are in less decks because of their price. Fighting Canyons, Deserted Temple,
Well, Winding Canyons has dropped quite a bit. That's why
but it's still $20.
right. That is a good point.
So like, I wonder where the like price barrier is that stops people from getting into into decks. Because the other thing could be is that these are old cards,
That is, I
Two.
think, a big thing.
and so
Like, you
people
don't
not
even
knowing
realize
about
that
it.
they-
It's not getting.
I didn't
Commander.
realize this one
but-
existed necessarily.
Okay.
I've been seeing the art. Normally, I'm an art guy, and I see the art, and I'm like, I don't recognize this card. I recognize the ability, but I don't recognize the card. I know what the card
Yeah.
ability is. I just don't know the name. Like I've never like this doesn't ring a bell at all. So,
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Adam is a great turn 35 player. I am. I should win the game by then,
Right.
or
Right.
not play at all like last night.
He's
all
pretty
right.
good at turn 7 in blue as well. Watch out.
I don't even know what that means. What am I?
I mean, Cyclonic Rift is coming.
Oh, okay.
That's what that means.
I haven't. Well, I did play it in Lutzen, I think. Yes, I did. But that was.
And-
You know what that deck was? That was my what's his nuts? The mirror guy. What's his name? Brutaclod. So it still had Cyclonic Rift in it. That's an old deck. That's before the cast. I
Okay.
didn't make whatever.
Yeah, just
True story, bro.
buttons. If you're gonna use buttons on me, I'm gonna use buttons on you.
Oh, okay. It's a side note to buttons. Fantastic last night. Like this one
I would just say build a better deck.
was used at the best times last night because they didn't even know I was like, because I left for a little bit while they were playing, because then I was like, well, fuck this. I'm not going to just sit here and just monitor everything. So I'm going to go and check on Cindy and the kids and all that.
Yeah.
And then I came back and I had the headphones on listening. And then I don't remember what happened, but somebody said something and I waited for the silence and I hit it. And I was like, just build a better deck. And we're like, oh, Lowery, you're such a dick, blah, blah, blah. And then Jesus gets knocked out. And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. Because he started saying, oh, yeah, my deck was doing really good. I think things were popping off like the kid said, blah, 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 blah. And as soon as he was going to go quiet, I had my finger ready. And he went quiet and I went.
I would just say.
And then we all were just like, Lowery, you're such an asshole.
That's because I had gone off and I had.
Yeah, you killed him. You killed him.
Everybody was mad at me. Feel bad.
Oh, it was so funny. If you're listening now or watching, go towards the end, right when Jesus gets knocked out, and it's pretty hilarious. It's pretty funny. And then I was like, Lowery, I need more buttons of you saying dick things. And then I'm just gonna hit buttons when we're playing games because it sounds like you're saying it.
You need to have a recorder when we're playing because that's when I cock off the most.
When you get
I get a win and I'm like, ha, motherfuckers. I say something stupid, and then I go back to get my ass kicked.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So my next card
is your fourth.
Card. Yep. It's one I've spec'd on, but then I kind of pulled off on it, but it's Throne of the High City. Let's see if it's gonna pull up. Come on now.
Is that the
it's the Monarch
one. Okay.
So this one is an 8,000 EDH rec decks. It taps for a colorless. The reason I like it is you get we've talked about Monarch before. I like Monarch. I really do. This is kind of a little expensive for and tapping this.
Yeah.
To get the Monarch.
That's generally
going.
what hurts.
But if you think about it with a lot of some of the draw cards, what is the sea of whatever, the ones that you tap it, everybody draws a card and discards a card, or everybody draws a card, those kind of things.
Yeah.
The ones that don't have like a stipulation built in on them, they're generally around like 3 to 4, right? About that to make everybody draw.
Well, Mikakoro Center of the Sea is 2.
Is that 2?
And same thing with like Gaia Reach Sanitarium, which I love those.
Yes, I do like
those.
But
when you're like Bonder's Enclave is 3. The one commander one that you pay life.
War Room.
For the colors. Yeah, War Room.
War Room. That depends on your colors. So this is 4, and you play it
Lock
right.
Queen is 3.
You're doing it, end of your, before the end of your turn. You draw at least 1, but if you feel comfortable, if you have the defense up, it's then a continuous draw, and it gets the Monarch going. So I think this card should be played more. 8,000.
What is this? How many? 8,000.
8,000 seems kind of low. At the very least, you could just tap it for mana, and then whenever you need to actually get the draw going, maybe late game, then you pop it off. But I don't know. It seems like a card that should be played a little bit more than it is. That's all I got for that.
Okay.
One.
All right.
What is your 5th and final card?
My number 1 pick that I think people need to play in more decks. I absolutely believe in this totally. It is in 198,560 decks.
Yavimaya,
it is Yavimaya Cradle of Growth.
I already had
Force Walk.
I already had, that's why that was the top of mine was I have Yavimaya and Urza's as the top.
All right, fine.
It's funny. I started off with Urza's and then you ended with the Yavimaya. Do you actually have a 5th one?
Nope, that was it.
That was it.
You can play that in every colored deck. It can be in any deck. It doesn't have to just be in a green deck. There is no color. It doesn't have color identity. There's no mana symbols on it.
You notice I'm not pulling the card up?
Doji,
get out of here. Go back to work. You're working. You should not be listening to the cast right now.
All right. What do you got for number 1?
You really don't have a 1?
I don't. That was it.
That's bullshit.
Faithful to the bit.
That's bullshit. That is bullshit. Pick something else. Come on, give a card.
I didn't have it. Like I went through, like I changed everything. What do you want me to go with?
All right.
Okay, I'll go with Care Keep. I could go with Care Keep.
What?
KEHERKEEP.
K
HER. Care.
Kerr Keep? There you go.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I like this one a lot.
Okay. There we go. That's
It's
better.
1 and a red. Tap it. Create a 0/1 red kobold creature token named Kobolds of Care Keep. Can tap for a colorless. It's in 30,000 decks. And so it's in a lot, but this
No,
I
it's a good
love it.
card.
I put it in a ton of my red decks because it's just like if you have 3 mana left over and it's a later game, you're creating an 0/1.
So along the same lines, this one's a little better because it's not sacrificing, but the white, was it not Cobalt, it's Cole something. It's the white one that creates soldiers, but it's on reserve list.
Outpost, Keldoran Outpost.
Yeah. So that one I wanted to put on, but I was like, the sacrificing, you got to sacrifice a land for it to come
Getting
in.
rid of a land is tough.
Yeah. And just,
But
making
like creating a
1/1.
creature for 2 and a land, so like 3 total land, is really cheap for making a creature from a land. Normally it's way 4 to 6.
Yep. No, I like it. I like this a lot.
And so I like this one quite
Chump
a
blocker.
bit.
You got to meat force.
I've
build that.
It's
meat
even
force
helped
up.
me out against Guy years ago where he had a or maybe I think it was Guy. It was like an enraged deck, the dinosaurs, that they're like, I'm gonna attack you and then something's gonna happen.
You're blocking
I'm like,
with an
I got
0/1.
0/1s, motherfucker.
Nothing happens to your shit.
Right. He had like the Ferocidon, like if it's dealt damage, everybody has to sacrifice a creature or
permanent?
permanent. Yeah.
That one's pretty
And I was like,
brutal.
0/1, no blocks. It doesn't hurt me.
Son of a
and
bitch. No, I like that.
yeah.
I like this way better than Yavimaya.
Shush. All right.
All right. So kind of along the same lines though. Oops, where did I go with all that? I'm hitting buttons. I'm getting
Hitting
drunk.
buttons.
Soul Devi.
Lucky?
I'm doing Soul
Lucky?
Devi. So it is a sacrifice.
You doing excavations?
Yes, I am.
Oh man, that thing is on a super big spike right now. It's up to like in the 40s.
Is it really?
Yeah. Like the
What?
last day or two. It's just
Well, it'll come
going
back
up
down. It will come
on
back
MTG
down.
stocks at least.
It's on 20s here, but it will come down because it does. It's peaks and valleys. It's reserve list.
Sell.
But when it comes into play, you sacrifice an untapped island or bury it. You can tap it for a colorless and a blue. So it's kind of like it's a colorless, but you can tap 1, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card at the bottom of your library, or you just put it right back on top. So it's a nice way.
It's scry.
Yeah, it's
scry 1.
Yeah, for just a built-in on your land. It doesn't come.
Cole, this is a good one for you. Try it.
It doesn't come into play tapped, which is nice because a lot of those, when you're sacrificing, it's like it comes into play tapped or whatever. Yeah, it sucks to sacrifice your land, but this at least you can. It does say you have to an untapped island, so that land has to at least be untapped. But you get to at least use that basically your island because you're getting 2 there. And then late game, you're using this for the utility part of it. So I did actually, now that you're saying it, I remember seeing that on stocks that it did have a spike. Was it a week or 2 ago?
Oh, I think it's today.
Was it today? It's going.
It might have been a week ago, but also today.
Okay. So something's making it spike. It could be a reserve list targeting type thing. I mean, we're getting to tax returns, which is normally when the reserve list starts to get hit for some reason. It's always that. I mean, it's the same.
People are bad with money.
As I was gonna say,
that's why
tattoos get the most done during this time. Like people spend the extra cash you get from your tax returns around this time. So reserve list might be a thing that starts happening a little bit, and that's not. If I would have picked some of the things I would have mentioned, Soul Devi, Winding Canyons, Halls of Mist, and Undiscovered Paradise. If I would have gone that route, I would have had 4 out of my 5 as reserve list shit. But I found some.
How about
alternates
next
already.
week's title can be 10 overused utility lands you don't want to use your tax returns on.
I actually kind of like that. I mean, like that one I'm writing down. Tax return, return, overused.
That's the exact opposite thing that my wife did when we were planning our wedding. I'd come up with ideas and she'd be like, I'm not writing that down. Oh, okay.
See, that's why I'm your cousin. I just write down all your ideas.
I appreciate it. Can you? Yeah. I appreciate it. That's all I got.
Whew. All right, so that is 10, and none of ours overlapped, which would have been surprising if they did. Well, not really. If we would have not minimized it, we would have had 2 at least overlapping. Because I did have Arcane Lighthouse, because I'm like, people should use more removing Hexproof and Shroud off of creatures, but then that's in 33,000. Minimo, I had that as well. But then along the same lines, I did Shizo.
Shizo? Yeah. How many is that in?
50,000. So that's a lot more than I was thinking.
Good one. I mean, Rogue's Passage is in 100,000 decks. Nuts.
Because it's
nuts.
good.
Not as good as Shizo.
Do you know Rogue's Passage because you're foreshadowing to what your card is for on Friday?
No.
Okay, good.
I had to cancel. I cut out 2 of the 4 that I had. So I have, I guess technically I got to cut that one off too. I still want it there. All right. I'm going to do that one.
What the hell, Doji? What is all of Adam's land are just forests from Yavimaya? What the? Yavimaya is the worst. See, that's why Yavimaya wouldn't work. And I'm glad you changed it because in your rules for this, that is just a mono producer.
No, it's a.
What else is it
changes?
No,
it changes things to forests for hashtag Team Forest Walk. Forest Walk. That's the utility part of it.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, as long as you have a reason for beyond it's ramping me or fixing me, I think that's the right thing.
Here goes the Lowery twist and make it work.
Yeah. So okay.
No,
so like
I don't want to break it down. Because I know Lowery talk and that we're already at 1 hour and 20. And whoa, that was my news thing just popped up. It's 28 degrees. Right. Oh, you guys can't see all that there.
I would just say if you have a reason that Ancient Tomb could be utility land, not just for ramp, then it works.
What about Urborg?
Yeah, hashtag Team Swamp Walk.
Are you just gonna take all the hashtags of the walks? I don't like that.
That's I don't like that.
I don't like that. All right, let's get to let me get to our right thing here.
We're doing
yes, man, we have a lot of pages. I might let this play. My voice might go up
to the main event.
We bring you the saltiest cards in Commander with the Salty 64.
Nope, it was only 32.
Let's get ready to rumble.
No, it wasn't even that. It was 16.
Salty.
Did we did 16?
64.
Yeah, you're right.
Salty.
God, we tried hard like 2 years ago.
Salty.
64? What were we doing?
64.
That was a lot of work for me.
It was a lot of
Y'all
work.
ready for this? Is my voice, is it popping yet? No? My levels are good?
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay, because that has caused us trouble in the past. All right, so unlike what the sounder was, it was not 64, it was 16. 64, we had dreams. We thought that was going to put us on the map. Like, they were like, tournament
There's been a couple of things that we thought would work. And nothing. I mean, it has. You're here listening, but
but we thought those were the things that were going to get us there. And so I remember spending was at my grandpa's funeral in Florida making all of the thumbnails. So 64, that means I had to make
salty.
I had to make
64 at a funeral.
2 thumbnails of those matchups all the way down. And I remember that took me, I think it took like 8 hours to build all that shit.
So this is when we were talking about the buffalo cane dick. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, my grandpa's had that buffalo dick for a while. So yeah, I did have it there. Okay. So here is the finals. We had Chromatic Lantern, the #1 pick against the #2 pick, Basalt Monolith. So at the very least, we picked right, like we had 1, 2, and 3 in the finals, and then a crazy number 12 was in there as well. But for the most part, we picked right. Where do you think this ended up? Okay, let me back this up. I did this last week. Chromatic went against. Oh fuck! Can I even see that? Oh, it went against the Border Post. It went against Midnight Clock. It went against Cursed Mirror. So that was number 12, Cursed Mirror, that made its way to the Final Four. Basalt Monolith went against. Fuck! I can't even read that. Shit.
I cannot.
I'm zooming in, guys. You're getting to see my pretty face. I really can't see that. It went against something rather.
Something is something.
I really can't see. What the fuck does it say? It was a Power Stone, something like that.
We're doing great.
Yeah, all right. And it went against Skyclave Relic. Hey, foreshadowing to Staple Versus. And then it went against Relic of Legends to make its way to the finals. So we got 1 against 2. Where do you think this shook out? Where now we're taking the truth serum, Lowery.
I think it's a shellacking. Chromatic Lantern probably won in the 70 or 80 percentile.
It wasn't a shellacking, but you're
Really?
close.
Really?
It went 65% for a Chromatic Lantern.
That's still, if that's a landslide in politics.
Yeah,
but
in politics, but in this, I mean, that is some good
that's
voting.
that's like average. All right.
Yeah. So that's not
I
bad.
don't think I've ever played Basalt Monolith.
Yeah, I don't. I
Like
actually, what I realized is I spec'd on it when
Yeah.
was it
When it came out.
Double Masters?
Foil. Yeah.
So I picked up a few of those, and foil hasn't really done much, but Chromatic Lantern's just a good card.
Yeah.
It ends up being like, you could technically play it in 2 color decks. You probably shouldn't, but it works in there. But 3, 4, 5 color decks, it's a must have. Basalt is it's a combo piece. So if you're
I don't know if it's a must have. That seems strong.
Well, no, I mean, it's nice. It fixes your lands. Like, that helps when you're in the 3+ color decks. Don't knock it because it won. Stop it. You kiss its feet.
You
say
said
how
that it's
good
a
it is.
must include. That seems like
It's a
I
great.
have it in like 2 decks.
It's the best 3-drop mono rock out there. What? How are you doing that when it just won the fucking tournament?
Not saying I don't trust the results.
Rigged.
I mean,
recount. Recount. Where is Yavamaya Cradle of Girl Team?
As long as you're saying that, keep the count going. Stop the count. Stop the count. That's what I mean. Stop the count. I mean, it's good. No, it's good. It's includable. There we go. I have it in the Throy.
Did you just like there you go yourself on that one? you said it's includable. There you go. Good job.
Good job. Good job.
I said positive things about a card that I didn't want to win.
No, I'm fine with it winning. It's not my favorite card.
I know you don't like Chromatic
Hashtag
Lantern.
team inspired sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
Look. Okay, we all know what who won. Let's cheers to it. Our last shot.
Oh shit. Okay. I forgot about that one.
Ugh.
Cheers.
These 4-shotters are like fucking work.
Yeah, they are. I'm just like, I'm going to bed ham boned is what happens
Right.
here.
I made some awesome BLTs tonight. Fucking
We almost did that tonight too, but we are
Did you?
saving that for tomorrow. We did spaghetti tonight.
Oh, we're doing pizza tomorrow.
Everybody wanted to hear our food choices.
Yep. This is like Facebook was like a decade ago before it got fucked. So all right, this one is gonna be from Jesus.
Oh. Sorry, Lowery said build a better deck, but
You-
no, I'm glad you joined last night. That was a good
Appreciate
time that
you.
I didn't get to play with. All right.
Thank
Here we go. I hate this so much.
I did a better job on that one.
I hate this so much. I don't want to fight with staple verses at this point. Speaking of, I got to get over to that fucking button. Where the fuck are you? Lots of swearing. I have to read. Okay, there we go. Reading is hard. Oh, wait. Actually, we stayed on this. I changed it up so that we had this. All right, here we go.
Excuse me, I believe you have my stapler.
Fight!
Staple versus.
So the problem is, after those Malort shots, like, I drink way more beer because I'm trying to get rid of the taste.
Yes.
So then I'm drinking more, and I've had 4 shots of Malort, and then by the time we're done with this, I'm fucking hammered because I drink at least a can and a half just trying to get rid of Malort taste out of my mouth.
Yes.
It just sticks to your tongue. And all of you guys that are coming to SmithCon, get ready because you're going to feel the pain. You will.
I believe
feel
Hockey has a bottle. I will be bringing a bottle.
I want to just somehow get a shipment, which I might try to do a shipment.
Like a case?
Yeah.
Just handing out bottles of Malort. And then have you ever, like, there's going to be just like bottles all over the place when it's done. That people will just fucking leave it there, like fruitcakes from Christmas.
Nope. They have to take a shot. There's going to be a
great, but we don't have to give them bottles for that. They just take a shot. I'm not going to fucking just like brown bag it the whole time. Like,
if you're playing Magic, you're taking Malort shots.
Right. I think I would be okay with winners at SmithCon.
What
the fuck is that?
He did $1. Oh, he just did $1. Hey, thanks, buddy.
I don't know what that even means. Just thank you. Thank you, Quinn.
Or wait, that might have been a Discord thing or something, maybe.
Might have been. Just like updated. I don't know.
Oh, that means he dropped his patronage.
He didn't like last night's game. All right. I understand.
I quit.
I'm disappointed in myself too. Like, cause it was tutoring. Like, it feels bad to Shadowborn Apostle tutor. Just saying. And Razaketh tutor.
Awkward. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So what do we have for our staple verses this week? Well,
all right.
First week.
I'm going to be doing Gilded Lotus, which is 5 mana artifact.
It's an aura artifact.
Artifact. It taps for 3 mana of any one color. This is. Am I not allowed to go into it yet? And then you do. How does this work anymore? You do yours.
All right. I am doing Skyclave Relic. This is a 3-drop artifact. It is indestructible, and it taps to add 1 color. So yours adds 3.
Mm-hmm.
But the kicker is
everything's kicker.
You can do the kicker cost for 3. Create, or when it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, create 2 tap tokens that are copies of Skyclave Relic. So you have 2 more indestructible tokens that can create any color mana.
All right, but they come into play tapped, the tokens, right?
Right. That's fine.
Right.
Okay. That's your
okay.
That's the only negative I have on my plus 3, 6, 7, 8 pluses, 1 minus.
Well, let's talk about synergies or whatever. Okay, so like Gilded Lotus, if I go with like a Voltaic Key, I can like untap it and it'll give me 3. If I do like a Voltaic Key against Relic, that will just untap for 1 more mana
That's a good example. I like where you went with that one.
Because that happens, right? Like I play Voltaic Key in decks. Don't call me out.
Yeah, do you?
I have. I have done it.
Don't call me out. Do you?
And so
I see very often, but do you?
I want to. I want to build. That's one thing that I want to do is an untapping artifact deck.
Oh yeah, Doji, I'm gonna get to it. Don't worry, buddy. You are in the right track. I'm just gonna let Lowery just waddle.
And so the awesome thing is like it doesn't. when I pay 5 mana,
Oh.
it doesn't feel like I'm taking a turn off because I can still play things.
Wait a second.
What do you mean? Wait.
Because
wait.
so many times the reason why you say you don't play Gilded Lotus off air, on air, I don't even know if we talked about it on air.
I don't think we've ever had a conversation about Gilded Lotus in our life.
I think yes, we have. Is that you say it feels like you're taking a turn off because it's 5 mana to do
I have
that.
not said that.
It's 5
I have not.
It's 5
Yeah, but you still get like 3 afterwards. That can put down like a sword.
Of one color.
It's any color.
One color. Yeah, just one color.
Like, great. It's as high as I can count. Let it be. And so
okay. Keep going.
normally that is not a real hindrance of having only one color but 3 of it. So like 3 green, 3 black, 3 red, 3 white, 3 blue.
Okay.
Those are the colors.
They're really
of the rainbow.
Is there anything else with your argument stuff? Like just
what do you mean?
I liked your key, your volcanic key like that. That's good. I like it.
Yeah, I came up with that right there. That was good.
Because you didn't realize which card you had until because you thought it was gilded. You thought it was Lotus Petal.
Okay, what do you want to say? Or are you just gonna like mic drop?
No, I don't want to do a mic drop because
it's not that good.
Well, no. Gilded Lotus is
that's what you just said.
No, it's an older card, so it's been around the block. People feel like they need to play with it, whatever. But you haven't played with it. Like I don't. How many decks do you have it in?
Gilded Lotus. Okay, let's go history wise.
No,
there's a
how many
10 year, 10,
how many?
15
Well,
years
no. How many decks do you currently have? We are talking current. How many decks do you currently have it in?
I mean, then it's a 0-0 sum. Like that doesn't count any, right?
I have Gilded Lotus in exactly 0 decks, and I have Skyclave in exactly like 16 decks.
16 decks?
Hey,
you're a liar. Number one.
Number one was on the 3-drop Mono Rock tournament.
It was.
Because it's a very fantastic card. It made it to where? Where did that make it?
It was like like Final Four.
Yes, it did. It made it into the Final Four. It lost to Basalt Monolith. So if this was going against Chromatic Lantern, it probably would have had a better chance.
No, that's not right.
Except I drafted it, so that wouldn't have worked out for a while.
Right.
Because that would have been me against me.
Not true. That's not true at all. It probably wouldn't have beat the mirror. I mean, it's number 4 out of 4. That's fine.
It would have beat the mirror.
That means it's respectful.
The mirror. You didn't realize the mirror was going to make it that far. Okay, we're not talking about that.
Neither did you.
I didn't either. Yes.
Look, well, and you're right. My 5 mana Gilded Lotus did not do very well in the 3 mana rock tournament, so I can't. I don't know where neither of us drafted.
We're
it
not
for
doing
some
a
reason.
5 Mono Rock tournament because they suck. If you're doing
Gilded Lotus would win that.
Yes,
let's be honest.
One. You are losing at that point.
Whoever gets to pick first wins. Okay, so when you're doing 6 mana, 6 mana is a lot, right? You're getting a huge.
Let's back this up. Why does
I
it
don't
have to
care
be
about a
6?
3 mana indestructible rock. I don't care about that.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, let's back that up too.
How many dark steel ingots do you have in your decks?
But that you have
exactly
the
0. How many have you played in the history of your
when
commander?
we talk about
exactly
good cards,
0.
When we talk about good cards, when you have options of doing different things with them,
right?
This is that. There are so many times that I actually have this in many decks. Being honest, it is not in 16 of my 20-some decks.
No
but
shit.
It is in a lot of them because the indestructible part and the option of, hey, late game, I can make a couple more of those. Hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
So do you have this in more decks than Chromatic Lantern? Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to discredit you here.
No, I don't think so. No. Not Chromatic. Because Chromatic, I like the monofixing of that and all that stuff. But we're not debating that right now. We are debating these two. So
you're right.
The option of paying the 3 early game, you're like, I need the mana. I need the ramp. I don't have enough out. I've done that many times. I've also, like in Lutzen a month or so ago,
cheated.
Akiri. No, I didn't cheat. It came in.
You were tapping the tokens for mana, and then they're like, they come into play tapped.
Yeah, but they came into play tapped.
And then
how many did I make? It was like,
I already said I can only count to 1. Why would you want me to go beyond that? How many?
With anointed
3?
procession,
3? That's what it says.
And parallel lives. It makes 2. It makes 2. So you got 3 total, but then the tokens. So then double. Yeah. So it came into play. They came into. Oh, Kiri loved that. Didn't really matter. I mean, it did.
Right. You lost anyway. That's fine.
Oh, actually, I won that. Oh no, I did.
You might have.
I might have won that game. I don't remember. Doesn't matter.
Remember. No, I won that game. I won that fucking game. Varric won that game.
I don't know if you did.
I did. It's the only game I won. That's I remember it. And I just barely won it. I shouldn't have won it. I was fucking dead.
Oh yeah, no, that was because then I did Chandra's ignition to kill everybody, and then David countered it or did something, or it killed my creature or something like. Anyways, that's beside the point. So this with token decks is amazing. Anointed Procession, doubling season.
Yeah.
Anything that has token doublers, this fucking works with. Anything.
Great job finding the niche thing. Like nobody plays tokens. Who cares?
Nobody. It's only one of the top play things and play things.
Right. You don't even know. That's why nobody plays it. It's just great job. Fucking
play thing.
Saying words. The good job.
Fucking Malort. That's what it is. You have token decks. I hate the way it's funny because we get to the staple verses and I'm annihilated, but it makes it so much more difficult. I have to hold my microphone because it just does this the whole time.
That's good. I last week after the cast, I ate a whole frozen pizza and a bag of chips. Like I was so fat after that. It was bad.
Oh, good for you.
I'm actually proud of that one. There was like 2 pieces of pizza left over, but
all right. So token doublers, you also can use Betty Bracks and kind of things with the token stuff, whatever. Mondrak, whatever. You get token doublers. We got so many of them. There's so many token doubler decks out there, but also artifact matters decks like Akiri, like I mentioned before. You have decks that it matters when your artifacts enter the battlefield. Oh, let's get to the main point. Removal. Besides creatures, what is the second most removed card in Magic? Type
enchantment.
It would have been better if you just said Planeswalker. Like Planeswalkers.
No, enchantment's the bit, right? It's just say enchantment.
Unless it's enchantment, then you go.
And then you got something else. Yeah. I agree.
Auras. Enchant worlds.
All right. So clearly I won. Vote for Gilded Lotus. And everybody can be happy here.
All right. I can say one more thing. They each can tap for a different color. So if you do, it is 1 more mana, but they each can tap for a different color. They're indestructible, whatever. That's
You're right.
It's better to end where you said it. All right. So you guys, like Lowery said, you can vote for this on Twitter. You can vote for this on the Discord, and you can vote for this on YouTube on the community tab. Do we have the results on Friday? Do we do it that quick? Probably not that quick.
No.
So you'll get some extra time. But again, reminder, cast for next week is going to be on Friday. So if you want to watch it live, please check out the YouTube. It will disappear after we are done with the cast, but then it will reappear once next Wednesday hits. Thank you guys all for joining. Thank you guys for the horrible shots. We will check you guys on Friday.
Thanks for listening.
See ya.
Bye.
Nice. Saga.
I love boobs. I'm talking tatas. I love boobs. I'm bonkers for honkers. I love boobs. Thanks for the memories. I love boobs.
Oh, I'm hammered.
I'm doing all right.